How do you keep track of all your new contacts? What is the best way to reach out to you or to meet in person? So I actually, this is something I've worked on a lot. So contact management, I guess you could say relationship management, um, is something that I've kind of been obsessed with now for a couple of years because I started noticing that if I'm meeting this many people, how am I ever going to be able to keep track of these people? How would I ever know why I met that person, what we talked about, what connections I made for them, what introductions I made. So what I started doing was a combination of a bunch of different things. So one, uh, you could say it starts with asking people to make introductions for you and trying to be like, when someone makes an introduction for me or when I try to make someone an introduction for somebody else, I try to explain why. I don't just say, hey, meet this person, whatever. Like I try to give an explanation of why. So I have some sort of frame of reference. Then what I do is I tend to actually, I write notes in my Google Calendar, why I'm meeting the person, what's coming up, and all that. But actually, that was what I did at the beginning. So now it's a little more advanced. So now I use a combination. I'll just say the tools. So I use a combination of there's an app on your phone called Refresh. Kind of gives me notes on the person before I show up. So basically, it's literally saying, "Hey, you're about to in 15 minutes to meet with so and so. Here are 25 different things you probably should know about them. Hey, by the way, their birthday's coming up. It looks like they just had a vacation to here, and you talked to them 3 times, a few months ago. It's very handy, kind of like a quick refresh of like, oh wow, that's why we talked, and that's where I remember from. After the meeting, I use an app called Contactually. It's contactually.com. So what that does is basically it's like a power networker's tool set. It allows me to maintain kind of a growing notepad and connection index. I don't even know how you describe it really, of everyone I met, why I met them, tag them with all sorts of different tags. I could tag somebody with like, if we talked about real estate, I would tag it with, real estate, West Loop, whatever it is, and have a bunch of tags. I could tie them together with somebody else and kind of create like a relationship map. The point is, without these tools, I don't think at this point I'd be able to be anywhere near as effective as a networker. And also, I actively take notes the entire time. So the entire time I'm sitting there, I have my notepad out. I'm taking notes. I'm recording all that. I'm writing it down. I'm saving it for later. So in general, I've really gone out of my way to very actively, both through an app called Refresh, using the Reportive plugin on Gmail, using Contactually, and then very actively taking notes and listening when I meet somebody. These are kind of the techniques I've developed to try to manage a network that is now in the thousands and try to actually stay in touch with them. So then I add everyone I meet to an email newsletter that I send out. And I try to make it a very personal newsletter. It's not like a sales pitchy newsletter. It's basically like, here is what is going on around the Chicago community. Here are maybe some things you should know about. Here's a little few things that are going on in my life, and please let me know if you ever need anything. And I've been sending out this newsletter roughly every week now for about 2 years, and a lot of people reply to it. So every time I send it out, I usually get anywhere from 15 to 20 replies from people saying, "Hey Seth, can you help me find this? Hey Seth, can you introduce me to that person?" So constant re-engagement with people. In addition, in the follow-up, so you stay top of mind. So the idea is that you never fall off their radar.